So land investing's been on your radar or you're just getting started and you're looking to scale. Either way, here are the top 7 questions that recently came in all about land investing that will hopefully help you scale things to take them to the next level. What's good? It is Michael Alder here from takingactiontoday.com, and let's dive right into these land investing questions so hopefully you will be able to take action as well and start getting passive income streams from what I feel is one of the easiest real estate investing models out there. So question number 1, how much does it cost to get started? Here's where many people get it confused. In many cases, they want to start in their backyard, wherever that may be, and in many cases, land could be really expensive wherever your home base is. This is not the case when it comes to land investing. We are not in the game in the beginning to set out and do these giant big flip deals. We want to get little tiny super affordable parcels, and we want to turn around and resell them on seller financing terms to get monthly cash flow for years to come. So what can we expect to spend up front? Well, you could get in the game for under $1,000. You could get properties, and in many cases as little as $200 per property, but that takes a little bit of marketing. So the short answer, under $1,000 you could have great property that you could turn around and resell and get something like 50 down and 50 a month for upwards of 48 months depending upon what you acquire. Next question, do I need a website to do this? Technically, you do not. I still, to this day, do not use a website. I use opt-in pages, and really, you don't even need those, but they make your life so much easier. So what I do is have a lead capture page that I send traffic to. People give me their name and their email address, and then I send them a list of available properties, and I update the list each and every week and send them out notifications. This is called building your buyers list. This is how you expand your business, you build trust and rapport, and this is how people begin to buy from you. Now, speaking of how people buy from you, question number 3, how do you actually get paid? So there's a number of different ways to get paid, and believe it or not, people still take checks by mail. I am not that person whatsoever. When I got into the land investing game, I wanted all my money to come to me digitally. This is through Stripe, PayPal, Cash App, accounts like that. This is how I accept the bulk of my payments, primarily really through Stripe and Moonclerk. Now, Moonclerk is a software I believe owned by Stripe, and what I do is I set up automatic reoccurring payments through Moonclerk. People use the checkout button or the checkout link through Moonclerk, and it's actually really easy to set up. And then every single month they are charged whatever their monthly amount is. If they decide to cancel, then you just go ahead and X out the plan, and that's it. We move forward from there. If they go full term, then we go ahead and deed the property over to them, and they have a new property. You got a great return on your investment, and you're good to go. So I just said, what if they stop paying? And that leads us into our next question here. What happens when a buyer stops paying? When we do this, there is not a foreclosure process. We're basically doing a contract for deed. When the buyer makes their payments every month and fulfills their obligations, we then deed the property over to them. Now, many land investors, land gurus out there give a 60-day default policy, meaning after 2 months, if they don't get a payment, they take the property back and they resell it. Me personally, I give a 90-day grace. Reason being, everybody falls on hard times, and I want to give people a fair shake. You certainly do not have to give this big of a grace period, but that's just how I get down. So after 90 days, if they basically ghost me and I send out email reminders just looking for a connection, hey, do you want to reset the plan? Do you want to change the terms of your plan, stretch it out a little longer to get your payments down? If they completely ghost me, after 90 days, I take the property and resell it. And if a major issue did hiccup, come into play, say, hey, I was in jail all that time, dude, I didn't know. Great, let me get you into another property. I will go ahead and give you credit for time served, ting, and we'll go ahead and get those payments coming back in. So it's a very easy process either way, but I've never had an issue ever because it's spelled out very clearly within the contract there. Now we're talking about contract. Next question, how do I do the contract? So the contract is super basic, 3-page contract, very easy to read. Anybody can understand it. And what I do is I upload that into a software called DocuSign. You don't need DocuSign. It's what I use. I know there's other softwares out there that are completely free. The DocuSign is a paid service. I paid $300 a year for it. The reason I use DocuSign is because it keeps me extremely organized. I'm a very disorganized individual, so it's well worth it to me to invest in this software, to have them track all my docs, and I can go back and review them just to make sure everything looks like it's on the up and up. So back to the contract there. We're going to go ahead and take that. We upload a template to DocuSign, and then we just drag and drop all these little text blocks, and you fill them in with all the terms. You email the buyer, they click, click, click. It gets emailed back to you, and there you have it. The system is set up, everything's started, and MoonClerk automatically grabs the payments. It's a super phenomenal, easy way to manage all of your deals there. So speaking of deals, where do you even look for deals? So start on all the main land investing platforms. Now, what I'm talking about is websites like LandWatch, Land and Farm, Land Flip. See who the big wholesalers are in there that have multiple wholesale deals available. Start tracking the numbers. Know what they're selling them for, and then from there you want to make offers well below that so you could go ahead and acquire even better wholesale deals that you could turn around and sell or finance to get a massive, massive return on your money. Now, speaking of how to get returns on your money, the next question here, how do I actually assess the value to know that I'm getting the proper return on my money? So when assessing the values, here's what I do. Target one or two locations. Let's just say for the sake of this video, we want Kern County, California and Apache, Arizona. Study the numbers. Know them like the back of your hand. And if you know that 2.5 acre parcels in Kern County are always selling for, let's say, $1,000, and the same size parcel in Apache County is selling for $800, you want to make offers $300 to $400 below that because these are cash prices. If you could get them even below that amount, acquire them at that price point, you know you could turn around and resell these things for $75 down, $75 a month for 36 months, getting a phenomenal return on your investment. So at the end of the day, all we're really doing is acquiring assets and turning around and becoming the financier to the end consumer, generating a beautiful passive income stream for us. Now, as far as holding costs go, that's the beauty of this. Taxes are so low on the properties we typically target that you don't have to worry about if there isn't a buyer in place or if someone defaults, whereas in residential real estate, you tend to bleed out pretty hard when things like this happen. Now, if you've watched this far and this is of interest to you, I want you to go ahead and really pay attention now because I am having a masterclass on Zoom Wednesday, January 15th at 6:30 Eastern Time. The cost to jump on this call is only $12. I'd like to get a group of like-minded individuals together that want to get into the land investing game so I can lay out what I feel is the fastest, most effective formula to get in the game, and then we'll have a great Q&A session afterwards to answer any questions that may be on your mind. Now, why am I hosting this for so little? The reason being is I need feedback as well from what some of your biggest hurdles are that's holding you back from getting into the land investing game so I could go ahead and create better content and better programs to serve the community at a higher level. Now, do I know everything about land investing? Of course not, but here's what I do know. I've been involved in literally hundreds of deals over the past 2 years. I have over 100 deals in my personal portfolio right now, throwing off cash flow each and every month for me. So I know the ins and outs of buying and selling small deals and scaling at a pretty fast rate. Now, if you're looking to do waterfront properties that cost $100,000 plus, I'm not your guy. I'm going to be real with you. But if you're looking to acquire great assets at a really low rate and generating true passive income stream, not a bunch of nonsense that everybody's pitching out there, this may be the call for you to jump on. So directly below this video, there is a link. Go ahead and click that buy button. Jump on the call. I will send you all the information for the call. Like I said, January 15th, it's Wednesday at 6:30 Eastern Time. And if for some reason you are not available at that time, the call will be recorded. You could submit your questions prior to. I will answer your questions on the call, whether you're there or not. And then a link for the video will be sent to you afterwards for your review. So if that's appealing to you, once again, go ahead and click the link below. Let's get on this call and let's make 2020 the year that we really scaled our passive income dreams. Thank you so much for tuning into this, and I look forward to connecting with you on that call.